It's time for the KSHB 41 Weather Academy, sponsored by Idea Space KC, powered by the Barstow School.
And welcome back into the Weather Academy. Let's talk about something that you were probably feeling this past Sunday and Monday, the wind chill. You've heard us talk about it, but what exactly is it and how does it work? Well, under calm conditions, you've got that layer of body heat that's always kind of radiating off of you. And when the wind is calm, that layer isn't really bothered. It's that layer that really does keep you warm in weather like this. But when we get into those windy conditions, it's the wind that comes in and actually starts robbing you of heat. It's taking it away from you, that little layer that sits on top of your skin, basically, microscopic really, but it's something that does get broken up when the wind comes in, literally takes the heat from you, and you can feel it. That's why the wind always feels biting, and it just makes it feel colder than it actually is, because your own body temperature starts to feel a little bit different once that wind starts to cut through you. Now, there, of course, are some things we talk about when we get into conditions like that in terms of safety, because when it is windy, especially windy when we get into cold weather, you want to limit your time outdoors, and mainly that's because we want to prevent things like hypothermia and frostbite. It can occur in minutes if those wind chills are severe enough. Sometimes you'll hear us talking about, especially deep into winter, how we can get wind chills below zero. In other words, how it actually feels outside. That's when frostbite can especially become a problem. So your skin will need to make sure it's covered up. Don't have any of that exposed skin if you do have to go outside in conditions like that. There's a whole formula to it, a bunch of math, trying to figure out how does it actually feel when we have a certain air temperature and a certain wind speed. There's a whole formula that'll spit out a number as to what the wind chill is. But just for example, let's talk about an air temperature of 30 degrees. If it's 30 outside and you have a wind speed of 10 miles per hour, you read where this handy graph goes. That means your wind chill is 21. In other words, it feels like 21 degrees outside in those conditions. Same temperature, but a wind speed of 30 miles per hour. It's going to feel like 15 degrees outside. And of course, everything drops off from there. The lower you go, the more severe that gets, the more we start to talk about, again, those hypothermia and frostbite threats. So take it easy out there. Be sure to pay attention to the wind chill this winter and stay up to date with us if we're talking about some headlines that have some severe wind chills in place. Make sure you bundle up before going outdoors.
The KSHB 41 Weather Academy, sponsored by Idea Space KC, powered by the Barstow School. Join our Facebook group today.